Hi, Scorpio. Let's dig into your May 2025 energetic forecasts with tarot cards. I'm your master cosmologist and the head cheerleader to the stars. Full disclosure, I'm on a plant medicine journey as I record this with a potato. I know, that's weird. But potatoes speaking through me, which feels perfect because the earth is in your sign right now, Scorpio. Earth in Scorpio, sun in Taurus. And I feel like this plant wants to talk to you about your diet, meaning capital D, capital I, capital E, with a beheaded cross, a crucifix at the end. Nobody should be following a diet. I'm first going to talk about the two themes that came up for all of the signs for the month of May. The first is a word I coined. I don't think anyone else has used it previously, claiming it. We'll see. Maybe I'll come across it and I'll be like, dang it. Anyway, the word is horticulture. This is a combination of heart and horticulture. Sorry, my hair is like getting really big. Wow, yeah, look at how big it's getting. I'm just thinking about my Mars and Leo as I play with my hair and mess with my hair, where there's some beauty stuff here too. We'll touch on that in just a minute. Anyway, horticulture is a combination of heart and horticulture, which is, to me, the proper nurturance, care, and provision for our heart and soul, being a soul gardener from now on. And what do we feed our heart and soul with? With the second topic of May, mana. Mana being soul food, mana being that which enriches the heart, feeds and nourishes us on a different level that matter, food doesn't. This is extremely important, I'm hearing, because it's life promoting, where there needs to be, oh, this is cool, Scorpio. I love that each of the signs pulls new consciousness out of me. This is saying there's a 50-50 balance almost. Like you have to have proper ratios of matter and mana, or else you're all just dead stuff. You're just ingesting death, and you need life to ingest life, as in activities and vigorous exercise, things that are very yang and still vivacious and alive. You know what I'm saying? This is neat. Thanks, potato. Thank you, potato. He's dredging this up from the underground for me. You know, it's essential. If you're deprived, if you are lacking mana, you are too dense, you're too heavy, you're too close to death, you know? You got to have lifening things, things that have the quality of aliveness and engagement, that yang fire. As in, you can't just hide in your bedroom or your safety zone all the time, Scorpio. You know, you got to get out in the sunshine too. Even if you are vampiric underworld creatures, you still need a healthy dose of vitamin D. And I'm hearing for somebody, stop worrying about getting burnt. Like that's a program and you just have to acclimate. Okay. Okay. Literally nothing else on earth gets damaged by the sun except the ones who are programmed to believe that it is dangerous. Like what? What? We literally evolved under this thing for millions of years and it's bad for us? I don't think so. Shut the truck up. Shut the truck up. What else does potato want to say? Let's just finish up with the horticulture and the mana. These are the things that really fill us up so we don't feel dead inside, is what I'm accessing. I'm super blank all of a sudden. Potatoes, like, go to the cards. Okay, taters. Okay, taters. I'm working with the Lumicella Togetherness quilts, Oracle of Roses, and the Goddess of Love Tarot. I am hearing to go with the tarot deck first, and everybody seems to be, not everybody, but I keep getting called to pull the card on the bottom. It's like this averting, bringing something out of the dark to the light quality. You've got the Three of Pentacles. It's like a food pyramid, is it not? Where you have at the basis, the building blocks is food and matter, the dead things, right? But then at the top of the food pyramid, this is fucking awesome. At the top of the food pyramid is the horticulture, the mana, putting that on the pedestal on the top of the food pyramid. You could go without food for a long dang time, let me tell you. I had to go through my starvation years, my deprivation years, my ascetic years, my starving Buddha years. You can go a long time without eating, let me tell you. I don't recommend it, okay? However, you can. You can survive a long dang time without food, but without mana, without soul food, without checking in with your heart and making sure that you're feeding and caring for it, you'll have a heart attack. You will have a heart attack and you will cease to exist. You will terminate. Kind of dark in here. There's kind of a Merkaba. And then there's a jewel. There's a green gem behind the Merkaba. They are emeralds. There's something about breaking the code of Oz, the Emerald City, the Jewel of the Nile. Let's go deeper. Why is this here? Interesting. I'll point out the two snakes on the side remind me of the Mercury staff, the caduceus, is that how you pronounce it? Anyway, the staff of the medicine Asclepius. Maybe that's how you pronounce the name of the centaur that rules medical care. Seven of Pentacles. How cool. Okay. This is your Earth is in Taurus. You are actually more Taurus in reality here on Earth than you are Scorpio, which means part of your horticulture and your proper feeding as a Scorpio is to actually lean into Taurus, luxury, riches, the sweet life, pampering the cow. I know, Scorpio, being pampered and treated like a sacred cow. Who knew you deserved that? You know, you're so used to being exiled and persecuted and damned, you know, treated like this guy down. Oops. Sorry, it's backwards. The skull down here, you know, when really we're meant to be cherished like this pomegranate on the side here. This is kind of your axis. This would be Scorpio, this would be Taurus, Scorpio, Taurus. You're being encouraged to lean more into your material, your earth body. This is a theme I think I'm seeing coming through is where, yes, we are 70% 75% of our consciousness of who we are radiates through our heart, but that's not the be all end all. And in fact, that 25, well, I'm thinking human design and the math's not correct. But anyway, your earth signs matter is what I'm saying. Your earth signs matter a lot. And we always view ourselves as our sun sign when we are embodying the axis opposite. River of transformation. Adapt to life's changes with resilience, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth. What I'm actually getting here is that this is kind of mind-blowing and mind-boggling that you should be adored and treated like that instead of put on a stake and sentenced to your death and torture and suffering. But you are meant to live a life of ease, and that's very transformative to conceptualize yourself completely differently. You're going to have to kind of go down the rapids a bit until you can get comfortable and reach that ease life where you're in a flow. Why is the river of transformation here? There's something more to it. Seven of Swords and Three of Swords. Okay. That is the river Styx. Bingo bongo. Bingo bongo bango. Seven of Swords, Three of Swords. What I'm getting here is you actually have to die to the concept that you're meant to ride the struggle bus and exist as this lowly, frowned upon, dark, scary underworld creature. And I know that's very generic and stereotypical. However, that's deep in your consciousness. It is a big part of what your state of awareness rules. But I'm getting the river Styx, where you have to go, you undergo a transformation. And it's rapid and it's rough. Because you guys are the 8th house of alchemy, transformation, transmutation. And when you guys go through this total glow up and reconfiguration, you do it really fast. Kind of, you just throw yourself into the melting pot and you're like, just get it over with. It's very drastic. It doesn't have to be. You can take really good care of yourself during that transition. I put the Seven of Pentacles above the River of Transformation, and I'm going to get one other card. I've got the Three of Pentacles to the left of the Seven of Pentacles, kind of illustrating that this transformation can be very holistic. It can be very... It doesn't have to be about deprivation or drastic surgery or anything that sounds rash or drastic or severe or harsh. It can actually be accomplished through horticulture and mana and really good self-care. Let me tell you, I did it the hard way, the severe way. My 10th house, my career house is in Scorpio. So I guinea pigged it and did it the severe way. There's definitely an easier way to go about it, which is to love yourself. Look at this. That was the third piece. That was the third element in that triangulation. You need actual food in the form of mana and matter. You need to die to who you were. And so this is the food piece, the 50-50. You have to be willing to sacrifice your old self. And you do that by coming fully into your heart to become your new expression. And this is how you go about it. You actually don't need to do anything harsh. It doesn't have to be hell. It doesn't have to be a hellacious ride on the river Styx. It can actually involve a lot of nurturance, a lot of play. Who knew? Who knew I did it the hard way? She's also got emeralds behind her as if she were Dorothy, fully maturing. I'm not in Kansas anymore. And I don't have to exist in this drab, colorless underworld. I can live vibrantly. I can live a life of technicolor. I'm hearing to ask for a specific direct message, a DM from Potato for you guys. I'm strange and goofy. And I like to keep it entertaining. Got to bring the humor, because some of these topics that are coming up for May are actually pretty serious. And I know the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords, we'll talk about that a little bit deeper in just a second here. Because it's not all going to be fun and games. It's not all going to be. Potato gave me Maiden of Wands. I'm hearing resurrection isn't sexy, but it's sexy. The result is sexy. There's skins to shed. There's a lot to shed and release when you travel out of the underworld, off the river Styx, and arrive in paradise, we could call this. It's reading kind of like, don't be afraid to peel back the layers and reveal a different you. Shed those skins. There's a totally different character. There's a different expression. There's someone, maybe you're actually afraid to reveal, where she has to throw herself into that alchemical smelter, forge herself completely new. We might see Scorpios take a whole new form. We don't even know who you are, Scorpio. I'm going to go into the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords, what that is about. The artist. Turning your pain into your power, turning your mess into your bless, alchemizing your Seven of Swords, duplicity, people treating you in Seven of Swords manner, but also breaking your own heart, heartbreak, heart attack, heartburn. Some of the process may be cathartic, where it has to be processed in the form of an artistic expression. But I'm hearing that your art doesn't want to stay in the underworld forever. It doesn't always want to be based in pain. It doesn't always need to come from this suffering. Once you go through this, you'll have a different creative fire, a different creative source. This is telling me that you'll have a resurrected sacral creatrix power that is almost like coming from thin air, where it's not based in There's a problem I need to fix. There's this abuse that I endured. There's this slight that I want to protest against. There's this hurt and injustice in the world that I need to make a public art piece to display this atrocity. She's standing on a rose where this is just pure blossoming art. There could be a blend, but I'm just getting this river when she look at the undulating quality of the snake, where it does look like a river, the river of transformation. Once you come out and once you reach the shore, I really feel like you are going to base your art from this rose place. That's really beautiful. One more rose card for Scorpio. Oh, you know what's interesting? I did place this artist card below. Art is the resurrector. When this Seven of Swords and Three of Swords can get alchemized and turned into art, it will elevate you, it will rise you, you will cross over, you will exist here because you implemented these three qualities and you really emphasized excellent treatment. But the art is the impetus. The art is the gasoline. It's like the fuel. It's what burns off all the dross so that you can rise and become a rose. Oh, that's so beautiful. The giver. You become your other half, you might say. You know, I'll give you an example. I'm a Pisces. My whole life has been compassion, empathy, zealot, kind of a very strict religious quality, where I'm starting to really embrace my full transformation on the other side. My other half of me is Virgo. I'm the gardener. I get to go out there and do service work and tend the earth and care for the earth. That's what's essentially coming through with this, where you become the giver instead of the undertaker. Love it. All right, Scorpio, I hope that was helpful for you. Have a great May. Don't fear the river. Don't fear the fire of transformation. Don't fear being a cuddly cow, you know? It's okay to change. Change is good. All right, bye.